Hello everyone, and we are live with Panya today. And I'm here on my podcast to talk about our journey today. And I have two very special guests with me. One from very, very far away, but yet so close, and then one semi close, but then not so close anymore because she decided to move halfway across the world, like I always joke around. And today's topic of conversation is our journey to overcoming excuses and making it happen, right? Because we all know nowadays that we tend to not want to venture into something new because we rather be in our comfort zone or we rather make up an excuse for it, and we're not quite ready to take that next step is what we always tell ourselves. And then so today me and my business partner will be here to kind of talk about our own personal journey about where what kind of excuses we used to make or what we decided to make as our excuse before we overcame that excuse and was like, we are ready to take on this online business world. And then today I'm going to introduce my business partners, Tay and Precious. Tay is from Arizona, and Precious is all the way from the UK. Guys, so let's welcome them onto the stage with me. Hello, hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Precious, can you introduce yourself to our audience today?
Hi, thanks for having me. So I'm Precious. I'm Filipino. I'm originally from the Philippines. I moved to the UK in 2011. So it's been over 10 years. I built my family, like we got married, my husband and I here. I am a mom of two daughters. I'm a Christian and I've been doing this business. I'm a nurse actually by background. Sorry, I forgot that part. And I've been a business owner since 2019. So yeah, that's a bit about me. And as you
Okay.
said, I'm in London.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, welcome, welcome. And Tay, can you please introduce yourself to our audience today?
Yes, of course. Hello, Precious. Good to see you. And thank you for joining us from London. This is truly a global business, you guys.
Yeah.
My name is Tay, and I am a business coach. I've been doing this for quite some time. For all of you who don't know me, I'm a business coach, a mom, a wife, and I am doing my business full time. I
Yeah.
and full time doesn't mean 8 hours, okay? So
Yes.
yes, that's a little about me. Thank you for
Okay.
having us.
Yes, welcome today. Thank you for being here. And as you guys can see, I am streaming live from my car today because I wanted to show you guys that yes, our business is portable for us and we can take it wherever we go. And especially when we're so busy, right? Because today we all know that today's Friday and that people tend to do things on Friday versus work, right? Well, today we are making it is a session and we are working and on the go. So, as we share, Precious is from London, Tay is from Arizona, and I am from Minnesota. As you guys can see, we're all global, or all from different parts of the world. And this week, I happened to were able to have the chance to travel in three different time zones within one day, and that was so exhausting for myself, right? So I always told myself that I would never do something like that for traveling, right? For connecting flights and everything in general. But like we are, our topic of conversation today is excuses. So, ladies, back onto that topic is what excuses did you guys happen to find yourself in before you guys stumble upon our business and taking that next step?
You want
Precious,
to
you
go?
can go first.
Okay. So for me, I think just the fear of starting something new, because I've been brought up to always like, achieve my our goals, or my goal, of
Mhm.
course, to become a professional. So I used to want to be a doctor, but because of years and years of spending like in education, so I went for the second best thing at that time. So that's why I went for nursing, and there was a
Mm.
massive like mind shift that or idea that we should all go to America, where you are, because it's a greener pasture for us Filipinos. So I'm sure you're aware how many Filipinos are in the healthcare industry in your country.
Mhm.
So that's because that is like widely, it's widely known that that's a good career to go to if you want to like go elsewhere.
Okay.
So I've always had that employee mindset. So for me to start something that I can call my own, it's a good idea. Yeah, it's a very attractive idea that you'll work for yourself. But for me, it was difficult to understand that, I won't get a paycheck at the end of the month. Like, especially in the beginning, right? Because you're building when you are an entrepreneur. So I thought to myself, I might fail. I'm a strong starter, but when I'm going along, with activities, I tend to dwindle with my motivation, and I feel like I don't finish well. So those
Mm.
are like my excuses, and like I had to face and overcome. Of course, down the line, many years down the line, here I am. I'm also a coach, but that's one of the things that I really had to and kind of attack so that I
Mhm.
could do this business. And yeah, so yeah, I hope that made sense.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Precious, can I ask, are you still currently in nursing right now, or are you full time uh, doing this business?
I'm still full time, but
Okay.
watch this space because the dream is to retire early and have
Yes.
that more than enough resources and build generational wealth. That's what I always say to my to people who I talk to online, like you
Hmm.
are right now, to my audience, is that it is really possible through this business because it's happening every day, in our community that people are quitting their jobs, or because I love my career. Like I love caring for vulnerable people. I work in a neuro rehabilitation hospital, so it's very
Hmm.
dear to my heart. In fact, I've been there in the same workplace for 13 years since I came here. So it's in the same workplace. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, the same workplace. I've gone up the ladder, but it's still in the same place. So I love my work. It's just very draining, and it's shift work often. And the cost of living, I'm sure you can relate, is very high. So
Hmm.
that's why I wanted to look into other things that I can do that I don't have to do so long. Because I
Yes.
tried doing freelance work online. It's like a clock in, clock out work. It wasn't worth my time and effort because I felt like I was really underpaid. So it's not the
Hmm.
same because people want to like go online and work, but it's not the same as what we have right now, right? That you can really truly work behind the scenes, even though you're not there. You don't have to physically touch your phone or go online, right? Because we have
Hmm.
automated tools. So it's really suitable for moms like us, um, you know, who want more for their family. Anyway, enough
Yes.
about me.
Yes, that's very true. That is something that we all want to reach, right? Is that flexibility, like Precious mentioned, and being able to do something where we're not required to sit behind a desk for X amount of times before we can say we're done for the day, and then be able to collect that paycheck 2 weeks later or the end of the week. All right. So, Tay, can you share a little bit about what kind of excuses you experienced along your journey before you made it happen in your current profession today?
I laugh because I had all the excuses in the book, and even my mental book of excuses too. Precious, did you know that when I was a kid, I wanted to be a doctor too? But
Wow.
then
Okay.
I got scared because like I can't practice on cadavers, and I can't poke a needle. I'm like shaking trying to like poke a needle into somebody. But anyways, I wanted to be a doctor, but I couldn't do it because the school was too long too.
True, true.
Right. Then I decided I want to be a teacher, but then I wasn't a teacher. And then I decided I want to help people. I didn't know how. So yeah, I had excuses even from a kid. So now my excuses for this business before I started was lots of them, but the biggest one was I can't do it, right? Or it's not for me, or I just don't have time. I had all of
Mhm,
those excuses. I had more, but those were the main ones where I don't have time. I have family gatherings. I have to take care of my kids out of school. I have work, right? Because work is
mhm,
exhausting at the end of the day. And honestly, those little things we tell ourselves when we want to change,
mm,
and then we try to, somehow we convince ourselves again that it's not us, we can't do it. And that struggle was real hard to get over.
mm,
I actually slept for a whole year telling myself that those kind of things, and I was stuck in that cycle of making excuses. And I grew up hearing, also like when I grew up hearing that success comes from working hard in a job, right? Like I get it in corporate world, not for everybody, but it's okay for everybody. So work hard, go to school, get a job, savings, okay, and hoping for a stable future. And I did just that, but I racked up more student loans. Despite working hard, I still had student loans to pay and still paying it, right? And so still living paycheck to paycheck, like you said, and missing out on family time. And that was the hardest thing because I missed out on all of my son's milestones. So being exhausted at work, coming home, and then being able to spend time with him. But deep down, I knew I wanted something, right? I knew there was change. There was something more to life out there than just that grind, that waking up to somebody else's alarm clock, that somebody else getting to decide what I can do with my time, right? I have to ask permission for somebody to allow me to use my time. And that didn't sit well with me, right? It's like if they had said yes every time, I would have been like, I probably would have gotten conditioned to stay, right? But because I got no's and I didn't want no's, I wanted yes. You can do whatever with your time when you want it. And that's something I've always wanted. And I don't know, every time opportunity came up, I had excuses, okay? But I guess, like I always say, maybe it's not meant for me. You know, those opportunities that passed me by. But what if, right? What if I just had checked it out? I checked out some and I knew it wasn't for me. But I kept telling myself I didn't have time for an extra thing on top of life and work. And, you know, my son only one, but for me, it was like time, right? It was a big thing. But I found out I just wasn't prioritizing my future, right? And my time. And that if I had just prioritized my future and my time, I would have been successful. I'm so grateful that because of those businesses, it kind of built stepping stones to this business to help me really, really, really realize that all of those things that you went through of sleeping, making excuses, saying you don't have time. Saying you don't have time is just like you saying you don't want to, right? Because really you don't want to do it. That's why you're telling yourself you don't have time. Because if you just, there's 24 hours in a day, everybody has the same. You compare two people, put two of them together. One is always ambitious and motivated and a self-starter. One, I don't have time. I don't think it's for me. It's not going to work. Of course, it's not going to work, right? So I kind of got over when I found this business because the resources within this business, the support, the community, how positive and how supportive this global community is. You total strangers when you meet, right? Like you meet someone for the first time and you feel like you know them, but you don't even, you've never met them before, right? You can just talk to them like, oh my gosh, we've been friends for years. Like we've never met in person, right, Precious? But we're here on the platform together. And that's the most amazing thing, because when you start to surround yourself with people who think the same way, who want the same things, you tend to go that direction. So that's how I kind of got over the excuses and found success and built success, right? It's those little things, the fears, the failures that help you get stronger along the way. And the journey is amazing. I tell you, I could sit here and tell you guys all day if you ask me, but I'll let you guys talk too.
Yes, well, thank you for sharing your journeys with us today, ladies. And that is very true. Like what Tay and Precious share is our journey is what we make of it, and our comfort zone is what we tend to rely on. And when our dreams don't go the way that we want, we once we find that comfort zone and we tend to stick with it, we tend to forget to um, broaden our horizon to search beyond what we can really see for potential in ourselves. Instead of creating something for us, we go and continue to create generational wealth for other people, right? So nowadays, we all know that it's our time and our generation to create something different for our kids and for our kids' kids. You know, so as parents, we all know that we don't want to continue this 9 to 5 for the rest of our lives, because we want to be able to retire early and spend time with our kids and their kids and make a difference in the world, right? So, as we talk about our journeys and overcoming excuses and making it happen, as we shared earlier, we are global and we have a community that we can rely on and tune into and be able to grow from within. And can one of you ladies share a little bit about, around the topic of making it happen? What can our community do to support us to make our um our support or our vision happen, right? Because we all know that we all come in with a vision, and if we're all online business owners, how is this happening, and how is our community supporting that vision of ours when we are part of a community that we keep talking about?
The excuses. Let
Mm-hmm.
me share from my experience of what I've learned. Excuses keep us really comfortable, right? But what I found in this business is that our community, they help push you to get out of that comfort zone and to do it. Like, just do it. You're not gonna, like, what's the word? It's not gonna break your a leg or whatever, right? And once you do it, you're like, oh my God, I could do this again. It's like excuses keep you comfortable, but be comfortable being uncomfortable so that you can reach success. And that's what the community teaches us. That's what our training platform teaches us. And it's not only teaching, it's guiding and it's mentoring and it's support. And you get all of this in one package, and it's lifetime for, I don't know, they're so generous, right? Like I always say, that's one of the big reasons why I started this business, because of this community. Because when I came into the community and I came to check it out, just like whoever's watching, whoever sees this later, I saw this and I was like, that's too good to be true. Came in, oh my God, that is too good to be true. That cannot be real, right? But then now I can sit here and say, I am part of that I used to think was too good to be true. It is true,
That's right.
Yeah. And so that's a little bit of how they kind of help me.
Okay. And then, Precious, you, how does our community support you?
I mean, one of the things that they mentioned in one of our masterminds that we have every week, right, is that we get to help our what we were before, like how our position before, like how we think. I think that's the best change that I've got is a total mindset shift. Like as I said to you earlier about being employee mindset into entrepreneurial. It's such a big thing for me because it's a new concept. I've never been in that. Like I was never brought to know about business, but I realized it really grows you, and it really pushes you. It's really satisfying because you can be really proud of yourself because of when you follow all of the training, of course. So as Che said, is that we have a mentor, we have a coach who supports us. That personal coaching, it's not just you're not just a face in the crowd, like of course we have like corporate gatherings, events, master classes where we get to be mentored remotely by other people. What's amazing is that we have real-time business owners who've been there, gone through it, and has succeeded and are continuing to progress and succeed because we never stop learning, right? In this, that's the good thing. It's like a culture of learning and growth, and even the ones who are new or maybe have been in the business for a long time but then kind of stuttered or stopped midway, everyone can start and continue because of the system that has been built for us, which is amazing. So I would say, like, and it's a privilege, like you get to grow not just for yourself, like of course when we come in it's more for our families, right? Like our future, what's in it for us. I think it starts from that, but then it grows and branches into what can we also help others to achieve, and that becomes a bigger mission in a sense, and it's more fulfilling for us as mentors, is that we take people along the journey, and in the process we grow and they grow. So yeah, it's just such an amazing community that we bounce off each other And if someone's like, maybe stuck in guilt or maybe demotivated and all that, we get to pull them out of that. And we know that also when that happens to us, someone can also help us out, right? So yeah, the community is amazing, I would say. And it's like family, like you have little families that support you, because we are working online, but we're never alone, which is
Yes,
amazing.
that is
Mhm.
very true. We are never alone. And that is something that was probably one of my excuses, right? Is I don't want to go on this journey alone. I'm not good enough for this, or it's not meant for me. And just like how you both shared earlier, is excuses, excuses. And eventually, you can only be the one to change that excuse for yourself, right? And seek this opportunity to help you thrive into your own future or into your own journey. And everybody has their own journey, as you guys hear today. I have my own journey. Tay has her own journey, and Precious has her own journey. And yet we're all tied. And how are we tied together? By our community, by the way we came into finding this global community that we are able to be proudly say we are a part of, and we continue to build each other's mindset and knowledge as we continue to grow each day. And that's the beauty of this business. All right, ladies. Well, I just want to say thank you for joining me today and sharing your journey on overcoming excuses and making it happen. Before we sign off, is there anything else you guys want to say to our audience or our viewers that are watching the replay later?
I do. I have something to say. I just want to say stop making excuses and start giving yourself permission to start creating your future, your success, because you are worth it. And the choice is yours. You have all of the excuses, but you made that choice to make the excuses. So make the choice to not make any more excuses, to start making things happen. And all you got to do is just start one step and check it out. You never know if anything's worth checking or if it's for you. Just like how I shared at the beginning. I didn't think it was for me, but hey, turns
Mhm.
out it's the best thing that I've ever done for myself, right? So I just want to say stop making excuses and start making things happen for yourself.
Yes.
That's
For
true.
me, it's like it's the year of the reboot. This is our community's like mantra this year. But it doesn't have to be just for us, but also for the people who are, tuning in, week out, like every day looking at our pages. But but it's like stuck and not like willing to take action because maybe they're shy or they're not sure, but like yet you haven't done your due diligence. I guess this is your sign if you're watching this now that you have to take that step. Either you sign in to the website, get to watch the webinars, take that actionable steps because we have it laid out for you already. You're not going to start a business from scratch. You'll have one-to-one coaching, mentoring, master classes, you name it. You will be supported in every step of the way. You only have to defeat yourself because the battle starts with ourselves. Like what we
Yeah.
think about what we can do, what are our self-limiting beliefs, that this is where the battle starts really, because you
Yes.
have people behind you, in front of you, you have footsteps to follow. There's really no reason for you to back down. So this year I said to my other business peers that I refuse to think that this is the limitation that's in front of me. Like you really need to make that commitment to push back past the boundaries, because there's always going to be boundaries where you allow it to fall, right? So you need to just push through and yeah, defeat that defeated mindset. I know that's repetitive, but because we tend to entertain those thoughts. But if you found the right, future and the right system, the right business that you wanna, try, then do it. Nothing should ever stop you from doing what you think is best for you and for your family. So yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Thank
right?
you.
You're
Thank
provided all the tools and trainings and systems and products and comp plans to helk you jumpstart. So I just wanted to add piggyback on that because you talked about how everything's given to you. It's set up already. I mean, it's given to you so that you can set it up and then run
Mhm.
with it.
you. That's very true. Well, thank you, ladies, very much, and for joining me here today, all the way from London and all the way from Arizona, and to all those that are watching today or catching our replay. We hope you guys were able to take away a little bit of our knowledge or our journey that we were able to share with you guys and resonate with it and take it and ponder about it. And if you guys
Mhm.
are ready to take the next step or are curious about any additional questions that you guys may have, shoot us a message or comment below, and we will be happy to return the favor. And until next time, we'll catch you guys later. Thank you, ladies, for tuning in, and we will catch you guys later. Bye.
Bye. Thank
Bye. Thank you.